2021. That game gotta be at least a century old now. But maybe you're just trying to figure out if it still stands up. Alright, that sounds fair. I'll give you the generic Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare that is required in every single video. Here we go in 3, 2, 1.
That's what happens when we don't close. Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm sure this game needs no introduction. Five Nights at Freddy's was the biggest thing on YouTube for a while. And to my surprise, people still love it and talk about it to this day. The game came out over 7 years ago. Oh my, really? 7 years? Jesus Christ, man. But to still be analyzed for its simplistic, low-budget indie game, that's quite a feat. And while the story compelling, the atmosphere rich, from a gameplay standpoint, has it held up? Well, that's the question I intend to ask today, as we take a look at the original Five Nights at Freddy's. Despite FNaF being such a prevalent game, and me having a personal love for it, I've never actually played it. And I think many of you at home have shared the same experience. We didn't play these games ourselves, we watched other people play these games. Now, obviously, I can't speak for everyone, but that's where this game was most effective, the Let's Play community. This game was structured in such a way that there were so many random effects that brought it in. I think to correctly ask this question, let's take in a point of view of someone who has never played this game. Because when you get right down to it, this game is best enjoyed from someone playing it for the first time. We all remember our first experience with this game. We hop in the game, hear the phone call, and take a look at the cameras. What are displayed are 3 decrepit animatronics, along the lines of what you would see at a Chuck E. Cheese. You look through room to room, getting a lay of the land, and seeing just how worn down this place is. The phone guy tells you that these guys are on some sort of free roaming mode. Then you see one of them not where it's supposed to be. Bonnie's not where you left him. Now you frantically take a look at the rooms. There you see Bonnie, eyeballing you. Can he see me? You might think. Then you ask yourself many other questions. What do they want from me? When should I close the door? Are the others going to move? Images flash on the screen. Things are out of place. Lights are dim. Is something there? And then paranoia sets in. This might be the average FNaF player's view on situations. Quite frankly, you're not given all the answers. All you can paste together is that the phone guy said they're trying to force you into an animatronic suit and you'll die. So at all costs, your main priority is to keep those things out of your office. It's such a good idea not to give all the answers away in this game because the fear becomes 100% more real, not knowing what you need to do and letting the player piece together the situation. Even though the player is safe from Bonnie and Chica right until they're at your door, an average person could assume to close the door when they're at the hallway or right outside the room, causing them to use all their power until...
Ah! Oh no! Hi! Oh god damn it! How are you doing? Did I make it? Did I make it? Yeah!
In Night 2, you're given even more information. As the nights get more and more challenging, more animatronics roam, you're given information about Foxy and how he becomes more active as the cameras aren't checked often enough, emphasizing usage. You need to keep checking your lights to make sure no one is outside your door, but also you need to keep checking on the guy in Pirate Cove to make sure he stays there, thus creating a balancing act. And this whole game is just one big balancing act, juggling between animatronics to animatronics to make sure they don't attack you. Chances are if you've lost one, it could be right outside your door. The paranoia never goes away, and that's really what sets it apart from other horror games. I believe Markiplier said it best. In a normal horror game, it encourages you to explore, having you do something you don't want, but here, you're in one place, at the mercy of these creatures. You can't move, and your only line of defense, flimsy lights, and some jagged doors. And there's a lot to say from this game's atmosphere alone. For its use of sound effects and visuals, Freddy's laugh, The dum-dum-dum-dum-dums. The gibberish Bonnie and Chica communicate. There's rare Easter eggs everywhere, like the kids on the walls, the golden Freddys, even Freddy removing his own head. It's very possible to just skim past these in a frantic state, then head back to see if something's off, just to have it go right back to the way it was. This game keeps you on your toes. There's plenty of context hidden here. It's entirely possible to miss it, but there are clues hidden everywhere. 5 children taken to the back room, murdered, and their bodies were never found. It tells you there is a strange pungent smell coming from the animatronics, handprints on Freddy, and jump scares and laughs are slowed down children's voices. And then you paste it together, the children have been stuffed into these suits. It's unsettling. There's a lot to say for a game that tells a story with little clues. You can't help but admire this form of storytelling. It's all here just to flesh out this world. Not to mention my favorite scare in the game. Every character can kind of just jump from place to place. They appear in one place, disappear in another, and it could be all the way across the side of the map. But when you see Foxy missing and you try to find him somewhere else on the map,
No! Oh, yeah! Fucking fuck!
his movements are sporadic. It's not like anything else. Fast and frantic. Seeing this man jog, you panic. Your heart goes from a 10 to 100 in a second. You close the cameras. You try to close the door, and there it is. It's different from every other animatronic. You don't see it coming. Now, all this works from the point of view of someone who's never played the game, but you take someone who's very familiar with the game loses a lot. And of course you can say, anyone who's familiar with the game, it's not as fun as a second time round, but let's take another game. As example, Mario 64. I watched other friends play this game for the first time as a kid, and it looked amazing. I booted it up for myself, and I had a blast playing it again, and again, and again. And its gameplay was fun. Here in FNaF, its fun lies with the first experience. I played this game for the first time this week, yet, being very familiar with the game, I knew everything I had to do. Check FOTC, check Cam 4B, and check left and right doors. It was still fun, don't get me wrong. I still felt the dread, but definitely not the same as what I felt watching someone play it for the first time. I'm not sure if this is a hot take or not, but just the game is not as fun once you're already familiar. Its replayability is lacking, but maybe that's okay. The best thing, in my opinion, with this game is seeing others react to it. Markiplier, the Game Grump, Swimming Bird. This game will always live in infamy with those first initial plays and how effective it was setting the scene, laying down a good foundation of a creepy setting. And for that, I will always see FNaF as a great game, despite not having great replayability, but at least that's my standpoint. This game has some weaknesses that I can't forgive. Sometimes it's just a luck factor, but let me know your thoughts, feelings on FNaF. Hey guys, thanks for watching this quick episode on Five Nights at Freddy's. I tried to do something a little different and like take myself seriously in this episode because I've never done that before, and I hated it. I did not like it one bit, but it's done now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to look at all the FNaF games, including, yep, the RPG one. Let me know if that's something that you guys want. And I will see you guys in another episode. Goodbye.